At We Are Storytellers, we believe in God's story, as told through the Old and the New Testaments of the Bible. We also believe that our lives are a story that matters. When we begin to see the very real places where God's story and our stories intersect, we unlock wonder, worship, and a hope that communicates truly good news. All right, we are all set for day 2 of week 2. This is actually our day 9 on our Genesis reading plan. And we are reading today Genesis chapter 17 through chapter 18, verse 15. And the reason that some of these are broken up a little bit oddly is because we're wanting to get the fullness of a story all together. Find some good starting and ending points. So here we go. When Abram was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to him and said, I am God Almighty. Walk before me faithfully and be blameless. Then I will make my covenant between me and you, and will greatly increase your numbers. Abram fell face down, and God said to him, As for me, this is my covenant with you. You will be the father of many nations. No longer will you be called Abram. Your name will be Abraham, for I have made you a father of many nations. I will make you very fruitful. I will make nations of you, and kings will come from you. I will establish my covenant as an everlasting covenant between me and you and your descendants after you for the generations to come, to be your God and the God of your descendants after you. The whole land of Canaan, where you now reside as a foreigner, I will give as an everlasting possession to you and your descendants after you, and I will be their God. Then God said to Abraham, As for you, you must keep my covenant, you and your descendants after you for the generations to come. This is my covenant with you and your descendants after you, the covenant you are to keep. Every male among you shall be circumcised. You are to undergo circumcision, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and you. For the generations to come, every male among you who is 8 days old must be circumcised, including those born in your household or bought with money from a foreigner, those who are not your offspring. Whether born in your household or bought with your money, they must be circumcised. My covenant in your flesh is to be an everlasting covenant. Any uncircumcised male who has not been circumcised in the flesh will be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant. God also said to Abraham, As for Sarai, your wife, you are no longer to call her Sarai. Her name will be Sarah. I will bless her and will surely give you a son by her. I will bless her so that she will be the mother of nations. Kings of peoples will come from her. Abraham fell face down. He laughed and said to himself, Will a son be born to a man 100 years old? Will Sarah bear a child at the age of 90? And Abraham said to God, If only Ishmael might live under your blessing. Then God said, Yes, but your wife Sarah will bear you a son, and you will call him Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him as an everlasting covenant for his descendants after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard you. I will surely bless him. I will make him fruitful and will greatly increase his numbers. He will be the father of 12 rulers, and I will make him into a great nation. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac, whom Sarah will bear to you by this time next year. When he had finished speaking with Abraham, God went up from him. On that very day, Abraham took his son Ishmael and all those born in his household or bought with his money, every male in his household, and circumcised them, as God told him. Abraham was 99 years old when he was circumcised, and his son Ishmael was 13. Abraham and his son Ishmael were both circumcised on that very day, and every male in Abraham's household, including those born in his household or bought from a foreigner, was circumcised with him. The Lord appeared to Abraham near the great trees of Mamre while he was sitting at the entrance to his tent in the heat of the day. Abraham looked up and saw 3 men standing nearby. When he saw them, he hurried from the entrance of his tent to meet them and bowed low to the ground. He said, If I have found favor in your eyes, my Lord, Do not pass your servant by. Let a little water be brought, and then you may all wash your feet and rest under this tree. Let me get you something to eat, so you can be refreshed, and then go on your way, now that you have come to your servant." "Very well," they answered. "Do as you say." So Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah. "Quick," he said, "get 3 seahs of the finest flour and knead it and bake some bread." Then he ran to the herd and selected a choice tender calf and gave it to a servant who hurried to prepare it. He then brought some curds and milk and the calf that had been prepared and set these before them. While they ate, he stood near them under a tree. "Where is your wife Sarah?" they asked him. "There in the tent," he said. Then one of them said, "I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah your wife will have a son." Now Sarah was listening at the entrance to the tent, which was behind him. Abraham and Sarah were already very old, and Sarah was past the age of childbearing. So Sarah laughed to herself as she thought, "After I am worn out, and my Lord is old, will I now have this pleasure?" Then the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh and say, 'Will I really have a child now that I am old?' Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return to you at the appointed time next year, and Sarah will have a son." Sarah was afraid, so she lied and said, "I did not laugh." But he said, "Yes, you did laugh." All right, let's jump into our questions. Number 1, what was the covenant that God made with Abram? What did God change for him and his wife to signify the promise? What were their new names? Number 2, today's reading had a lot of stuff in it that could feel embarrassing or definitely strange. So, what questions do you have? Don't forget, questions are not silly, even the most basic of them. Definitions are necessary. Questions are good for wonder and so essential to learning. Please be writing them down. Sometimes, even our questions over time are instructive. We can sort of see progressions or growth in them. We can look back and realize how much we didn't know that we have learned. Oh, and a prayer request. This is for all of us. Please be praying that everyone listening finds a good, safe person to bring their questions to and have productive conversation with. Number 3, is there anything God would like you to apply to your life from today's reading? Here's mine. First, I feel like I should be regularly and fervently asking God to bless my children. Second, there seem to be 2 kinds of laughter in this text. Abraham laughs first, but his laughter must be undergirded with belief that God can or will do something miraculous. It must be laced with belief because he's met with promises and with blessing. But Sarah laughs, and her laughter is met with correction. It's met with truth. Nothing is too hard for the Lord, and that's hard for her to swallow. So she even goes pretty far. She lies. Ugh. Discomfort and shame push me to deceit sometimes too. So anyway, I want to learn, this is where it applies to my life. I want to laugh in delight at the incredible, impossible things that God says, instead of meeting them with disbelief. And third, I feel like I'm supposed to claim anything and everything about my life that is fruitful as resulting from my identification with God. Anything good, it comes from Him. And I think I'm supposed to be keeping a list of these fruitful things in a gratitude journal.